What size iPhone is best for me? iPhone size comparison. Apple didn't use to supply many alternative iPhone sizes, however now there are fairly a number of, going from beneath 4 inches to nearly 7 inches. Nonetheless, completely different sizes are higher suited to completely different individuals and to completely different use circumstances. So that will help you discover the proper measurement iPhone for you. We'll take a look at what the great and dangerous factors of every measurement is, and what kind of consumer they're finest suited to. Which iPhone is finest for me? Over 6-inch display screen fashions. The most important iPhone fashions have screens of over 6 inches. These embody on the very high measurement the 6.7-inch iPhone 13 Professional Max and iPhone 12 Professional Max, adopted by the likes of the iPhone 11 Pro Max at 6.5 inches and the iPhone 13 at 6.1 inches. The chart under particulars all of the iPhone fashions on this measurement vary. These telephones are in fact trickier to make use of with one hand than smaller iPhone fashions, and should show particularly awkward in case you have small fingers. The big measurement additionally makes them much less pleasant to small pockets. As such, you want to think about not simply display screen measurement however design when you're involved concerning the general measurement of the handset. That caveat apart, an enormous display screen, versus only a huge cell phone, is useful if you need a big view of apps, video games, and movies. It's particularly helpful for movies, video games and images. The place having a bigger view could make an actual distinction. In any case, watching a movie on the cinema is best than on a TV, and by the identical logic it's higher on a big cell phone than a small one. If you need essentially the most immersive display screen attainable although then measurement is just one issue, you must also go for OLED somewhat than LCD, as the previous affords higher distinction and is usually superior. Higher but, go for one of many newer OLED fashions. The iPhone 12 Professional and 13 Professional are each OLED for instance, however the 13 Professional is best, as Apple improves the tech with every era. The iPhone 13 Professional and iPhone 13 Professional Max are additionally the one fashions with a 120Hz refresh price, which makes interactions really feel smoother. And it's additionally price contemplating decision and pixel density. All trendy iPhones are decently sharp, however till the iPhone 12 very professional fashions tended to have the sting. With the most recent fashions Apple has evened issues out right here considerably, with the iPhone 13, iPhone 12, iPhone 13 Professional and iPhone 12 Professional all having the identical pixel density as one another, and the iPhone 13 Professional Max additionally being nearly equivalent on that entrance. Although curiously the iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 12 mini are literally the sharpest of all, as whereas their resolutions are the bottom of the vary, their pixels are packed right into a lot smaller display screen. The distinction remains to be small although, so that you solely really want to fret about pixel density when shopping for an older iPhone or a finances one just like the iPhone SE, 2020. 5-inch to 6-inch. iPhones of between 5 and 6 inches are the mid-size ones, although in follow they're nearly all extra in the direction of the 6-inch finish, coming in at both 5.5 inches or 5.8 inches, with the exception being the 5.4-inch iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 12 mini. Nonetheless, that's a way down on the 6.7-inch iPhone 13 Professional Max, and it makes for a noticeable distinction. iPhones on this measurement vary are nonetheless an inexpensive measurement however, significantly within the case of ones with a contemporary design, which means a notch on the high and no dwelling button, they're pretty manageable within the hand. That signifies that many individuals will be capable of function them one-handed, making it extra handy to navigate apps and websites than on a bigger iPhone. Significantly for these with smaller fingers. They'll additionally match extra comfortably in pockets than the largest fashions. As with the bigger fashions above there are additionally a number of different concerns past simply display screen measurement. Firstly, there's whether or not to go LCD or OLED, and once more, OLED is the higher selection, because it's a sometimes superior show know-how, with the most recent OLED fashions, the iPhone 13 very, being one of the best of all. Then there's the truth that old-style iPhones such because the iPhone 8 Plus, which have huge bezels above and under the display screen, can truly be rather a lot greater than modern-style iPhones, even when they've a smaller show. The 5.5-inch iPhone 8 Plus for instance is bigger general than the 6.1-inch iPhone 12 Professional. So when you're extra involved about general measurement, which impacts how straightforward it's to make use of one-handed, and slot in a small pocket, than display screen sizes, which impacts viewing immersion, That's one thing to remember. It's price noting additionally that the iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 12 mini are the latest iPhones on this measurement vary. All the opposite fashions are getting on a bit, so it's clear that Apple is extra targeted on greater telephones. Below 5-inch. The smallest iPhone fashions are these which can be beneath 5 inches, and this isn't a measurement vary that Apple typically goes in for anymore, although the corporate has in fact launched the iPhone SE 2020, which has a 4.7-inch show. On the time of writing, that's the one significantly latest iPhone of beneath 5 inches, so it's most likely the one you'd be contemplating, and usually the one it is best to think about. But when we'll discover an older mannequin such because the iPhone 8 at a very good worth, then it might be price buying. Equally, if you need one thing tremendous tiny just like the 4.0-inch unique iPhone SE, then it might be price shopping for regardless that it's rather a lot older. These caveats apart, there are many causes you may want a compact iPhone, the principal motive being simply how snug and straightforward such a tool is to make use of with one hand, as most individuals will simply be capable of attaining proper throughout the display screen without using a second hand. Which means you possibly can function your cell phone whereas holding, say, a drink in your different hand. And the small measurement additionally means these fashions simply slot in even tiny pockets and baggage. Nonetheless, all compact iPhone fashions on the time of writing sport Apple's older iPhone design, which means huge bezels above and under the display screen, so that they're not at all times fairly as tiny as you may anticipate from the display screen measurement. In addition, they all use LCD, which is inferior to the OLED screens on another iPhones.